Good day. Chef Joseph, the entrepreneur, is back with you. Dropping another video for you all. And today is, what's today? It's October 17th, Friday. October 17th. Friday, October 17th. I've been up kind of early, right? Cleaning as an entrepreneur, in the food business. I was actually cleaning deep fryers this morning. And actually, it's kind of therapeutic for me, you know. But as I was finishing up, something hit me, right? It really hit me, which will be today's topic of discussion. It just came out of left field. And as an entrepreneur, what I'm trying to get y'all to see is this. When you are just the regular person, the regular 9 to 5er, the nothing wrong with 9 to 5s. I'm just saying the regular 9 to 5er, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just that's the box that you have been molded into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No one said nothing about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You dig what I'm saying, right? But these conversations I'm delivering to y'all are like really heartfelt conversations because what I want you to understand is that as an entrepreneur, you're going to go through a lot of series of emotions. See what I'm saying? Not only that, you have to leave some people behind. God, the Most High, is calling you to go greater, to become the best in your craft. That's why I tell y'all, find out what it is you need to do, but just know with that, the scripture says, he that desires to be great, he first must suffer. So if you're designed to be great, you must go through a certain level of suffering. That's really true. To some of y'all might say, you know what? Why should I have to suffer? I'm just starting a business. No, man. You changing the whole narrative of everything that you've been taught, everything that's been fed to you. You literally are challenging all these things, and you're basically going against the grain, straight up. Some of you have friends that, that couldn't handle your success as you start to climb. You know what I'm saying? They may not be able to handle that. Some of you had friends, and as you start to climb, I'm gonna tell you, the air gets real thin up top. It does. So there's so many thoughts. I'm gonna have a lot of thoughts going on right now. So just walk with me here. A lot of thoughts, just whatever. Because as an entrepreneur, you're gonna deal with a lot of things. You're gonna have many different thoughts, many different thought processes, many different formulas, just different things like that. And that's why, and if you tell those random thoughts to the average person, they won't be able to handle it. Let me give you one example. Let's just say you want to build a tree house. That's a word we don't hear no more, do we? Tree house. Wow, it just came out of midair. So you want to build a tree house. And so you already know how you want to build it. You've already designed it in your mind mentally. You know what you want it to look like. And then you basically tell a friend, hey, I want to build a tree house. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like that. And it's going to have 10 nails, and you need 2 hammers. You need more than that, but you know what I'm saying. 10 nails, 2 hammers. But as you tell this person close to you, hey, I want to build a tree house. I'm going to need 10 nails, 2 hammers. So once you start, looking at the landscape of the tree, how the tree is shaped, where's the tree house going to be positioned? When you start getting into the inner workings of that tree house, you might need 30 nails. Well, this person who you told this to You know what I'm saying? This person that you told this to, well, I thought you said you needed 10 nails and 2 hammers. You know, I thought you only needed 10 nails. I happen to need 30. Oh man, you don't know what you talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. I mean, you said 10. You know, and then they go back and tell your family member, he don't know what he talking about. You know, he said he needed 10 nails, or she said, you know, because it's a two-way conversation. I don't want y'all to, the females and thing, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm excluding you, because I'm not. That's not my intention. So now you need 30 nails, and now they, you know, had a problem with it. You know, and then they paint you out to be the crazy one. You know what I'm saying? But that's because you got into the inner workings of it. See what I'm saying? You realize it takes more than 10 nails. Nothing wrong with that. Translate. So as an entrepreneur, you're going to have many different theories, many different ideas that, and many different emotions that you're going to go through. You know, you may be married, you know, and you might be married, and you might be married to the wrong person who can't handle an out-of-the-box thinker. You know, anyway, so I'm saying that's just kind of a random thought there, is that you're going to go through a lot of series of emotions as an entrepreneur, and don't be afraid of any one of them, because you have to like go through many different theories and testings and tests, you know, to make sure what you have is going to be, that's going to stick, to be solid as an entrepreneur in your craft. That's not today. That's not the subject of today, but the subject of the day of today, and this hit me when I finished cleaning this morning, right? It really hit me, and I want y'all to think about something. I don't know about y'all, but the more I live, you know, I look at people who have come in and out of my life. Some I took for granted, and some I didn't. I'm not afraid of my emotions. I don't know about y'all, you know, but I'm not afraid of them. Actually, it's a beautiful thing. Crying is actually a beautiful thing to cleanse, self-cleanse. But it just hit me this morning, which brings me to the title for today. Don't take people for granted. Don't take people for granted. Because one day they're not going to be here. You know, when I was like, I don't know, I started DJing when I was like 14. And I got into, you know, I got into the rap music and rap game, and had my artists coming over to the apartment and spinning music and everything. And I'm talking about don't take people for granted. And we would have, you know, I would have them come over and rehearse and record. And my dad, who was deceased now, would always tell me, son, well, you know, let's slow down. Why don't you, let's do this, you know, and he always wanted me to slow down, just spend some time with him. And I still spent time with him. I did. You know, I spent time with him. But deep down, I was still running. I was going on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Oh, how I miss and wish that I wouldn't have took those moments for granted. Seriously. It's something I want y'all to really let that sink in. Some of you have people in your lives that you're taking for granted. You are. Let me put a pin right there. Put a pin right there. Put a pin in that. What I'm discussing today is basically just talking about some of the feelings and emotions that entrepreneurs go through, because you're building business, you're building something. But within building, you will be faced with a series of emotions, is what I'm getting to. That's what I'm trying to go right there. So as you're building, you've been given something to do. You're gonna have a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts. What people gonna think about me? Some of you need to shake off your past. You worry. I know for me, I fought the battle of 10 years for what people thought about me, because I went through some things in my life, just like the next person. Little did I know, they created a huge building block for me to stand on, a platform, a serious one. So I just want to kind of put a pin in that to let you know, that as when I talk about in my topics, it's going to be things that you'll go through as an entrepreneur. And then we'll get into like the food trucks and all kind of stuff. I mean, it's a lot, but I am discussing things, the day-to-day life of an entrepreneur. Just want to kind of bring some clarification to that. But oh, how I wish that I would have slowed down just enough to listen. I took my dad for granted, y'all. I did. Not that I didn't love him. Not anything other than that. I just took him for granted. I took our time for granted. Now, fast forward some years later, he's gone. He's still with us in the spirit, of course, or with me in the spirit. But oh, how I wish I would have never took him for granted. It seems like your parents and everyone will be here forever. It seems like they will be here forever. Y'all know what I'm saying. But we all gonna leave here. That's why I do right by people, yo. That's why I do right by people. I don't care if you like me or not. I don't. I don't care if you talk about me. I don't. You talk to a man that's self-made here. You talk to a man who had to hunt for his food. I'm not a table cat or a table dog. You just, you eat it 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Somebody set the dish out of food, set the dish out, of food out for you at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. No, man, I have to hunt for my food every day. I'm a hunter. And so are you. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you will be hunting for your own food. Know that. And sometimes you might not eat. Can you handle that? But I want to talk to y'all about like not taking people for granted, like your loved ones and people that come into your space. When I look at employees and people that I've had contact with, it's like, wow, everybody had a story. And I remember like a lot of them. Everybody's got a story. There was one chef that I actually had the privilege, and I say the privilege, even though she was younger, she was 18. She came to work for the company. I personally trained that young lady. When we hired her, I seen that light in her eye. I did. She had been through some things with her parents and foster systems and stuff like that. And she went through some things, just in her life that caused her to have to live with her godparents, which were not her real parents, by the way. But when she came to work, I seen that light. And from the beginning, she was only there for a season. We all knew it because she had, once the courts awarded her, the mom custody back and all that stuff, she was going back up north. And I had the privilege, and I say the honor, to be used to put a touch in that situation. I remember a video that we did. She's a natural. And I seen, like, even when she flipped the burger, right? You could see the sizzle come off of that sucker, man. Because I knew she was the one. Though I did not take her for granted, I'm going somewhere with this. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this to say not to take people for granted. You don't know when they're going to be here. or if they're going to leave. And I remember, like, we was doing a video, and when she turned the burger and everything, I could just see the flame coming off of it. I was like, yo. See, that's what life's supposed to be about. I'm telling y'all. Because we're put here for a season. And we need the youth to step on our shoulders. See what I'm saying? To go a little bit higher. I didn't get that opportunity with my own child because it was stripped from me. You hear me? I'll never forget it. That's another story for another day. You can actually go back through the channel. You can see some of the stuff that I had put up about it because it's true. All I had to give my only child was stripped from me. And I turned my pain into business and entrepreneurship. How you like me now? I want to cry so bad, y'all. I ain't playing. And I'm not afraid of it. But when the day came for her to leave, my heart was sad. It actually was. I need to send her a Cash App or something, you know what I'm saying? Just let her know that Chef is thinking about her. And I wished her well. We wished her well on her journey. And now, when I look at this thing months later, I didn't take her for granted. But even though I didn't take her for granted, she's soaring in the clouds somewhere. My job was done. Don't take people for granted. If you got somebody in your life that's your ride or die, that's by you, by your side, I'm not talking about no foolishness. I'm just saying people that are part of your life that are there for you to help build. Don't take them for granted. Don't cheat or mistreat them. Don't do that. One, for karma that you will release on yourself. You know what I'm saying? But don't take them for granted. You know, so that's what today's video is about. It's just not taking people for granted. If you got somebody that love you, if you don't love them the same, don't entertain it. Just find a way to separate, because you don't want to take that person's love for granted. Because once they wake up and realize that, hey, this person don't love me and all that, then it's gonna be a whole nother conversation, and you're gonna break somebody's heart. But there are things in my life that I took for granted. I'm sure some of you can probably relate to that. And then you look back years later, things could have been so much different. I'm glad that I'm in a happy place. You know what I'm saying? I'm in an okay place. Happy, that's another story. Am I happy? Actually, am I happy? I think I'm very content, actually. You know what I'm saying? I've built an empire, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Not of my own, but of another, you know, for legacy's sake. With no bank loans, just coming through pure fire and coming out on the other side. Speaking of the word empire, some of you are desiring to build an empire of your own. It don't have to be $1 million empire. It could be $100 empire. Whatever your empire is your empire. And you have the ability to build it small or build it great. But yeah, don't take people for granted. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think with this subject really, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's just like a heaviness just came over me. And because I looked at everything. Not taking people for granted, because we're not going to be here. The person beside you may not be here tomorrow. And that's why I learned, and I'm learning more and more every day, to live each day as if it was my last day. You know what I'm saying? You know, because, and on top of that, what you do while your life's work as an entrepreneur, Make sure you building it for legacy, because someone needs to hear your story. I told y'all I got a terrible book coming out. Second draft, 6th chapter. That's where I'm at. Fire. It's fire. It's fire. It was in me all along. You know what I'm saying? It was in me all along. And just like some of y'all got stories and books and things like that, I encourage you to get them out. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the season that our voices need to be heard. But don't take people for granted. Don't take moments for granted. Don't take your job for granted. I think the Most High, I do have a job. See what I'm saying? You know how many people don't have a job? Do you know how many people are losing jobs, who have lost jobs, who don't have money to eat? Don't take it for granted. At least you can go to work and make $1 today. Some people wish they could, because no one will hire them. And that's why I lost 11 jobs. I got fired from 11 jobs. Oh, Chef, man, you must have did something wrong. No, I didn't. I didn't. It was that light. And people knew I made my own kick sauce. As soon as I got that job, the man found out, oh, somebody said you make hot sauce. Yeah, I do. Can I see it? I already knew it was a trap. I guess they thought I was going to bring the kick sauce in a little sippy cup for them to try it in the break room. No, I brought a whole fully, in a rap song I had, the bottle was funk in a furious fashion and fully dressed. It was a rap song I had years ago as an entrepreneur. These are just some random thoughts with not taking people for granted. But anyway, I had a rap group as well. We'll talk about all that. Man, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. But one of the verses in the song we had came out in 1991, and the song was titled "The Chosen." I still remember the lyrics, actually. Yeah, that's how much it was ingrained in me. And but however, the second verse, the rapper was like, Tyke, shout out to the Young King entertainer, Tyson. He talking about how he comes out on stage. He was funk in a furious fashion and fully dressed. Man, yeah. So I brought that kick sauce bottle. It was funk in a furious fashion and fully dressed. Yo, they got so quiet you could hear a rat pee on cotton. Like, who was this masked man? And yep, I was on the unemployment line once again. But anyway, that's just some thoughts, from an entrepreneur. Don't be afraid of your the things that you'll go through as an entrepreneur. Don't be afraid of your emotions. Don't be afraid of failing, because there's no such thing as failure. And most of all, don't take people for granted, man. Don't do that. I got people right now who took me for granted. And guess what? Chef, do you think I can come back? No. You took me for granted. And I gave you a chance. More than one in some cases. And you burnt that bridge. You need to stay out there in the wilderness. You'll be all right. You figure it out. So I'm going to leave y'all with that, yo. Hope y'all got something out this video. Like the video, share it, subscribe to it. Chef Joseph the Entrepreneur, for real. And yeah, it's glad to be able. I'm glad whoever's viewing, I'm glad y'all are viewing it. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is not for how many people that's on this channel. I'm building something. I was just getting the voice out for y'all to hear. So y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.